What's up, guys? Archie here back again, and today we are doing the next 17 on my Disventure Camp episodes ranking. Remember, this is from worst to best. So this is my third to best or second to worst ranking of 17 episodes. Alright, let's do this. So, starting off like last time with the season 3 episode, I have season 3 episode 8. I don't have lots of problems with this episode. I just don't think it was as well executed as other people do. And although I like Ellie's character, I will admit I think this was the time for her to go in this season. And even in my way, which I might put out soon, yeah, I have her here because I think it's a good place after her being third last season, even though that kind of contradicts what I said with Fiore being second and me wanting her to become fifth. But, you know, anyways. Next up, I have season 4, episode 10. Now, I didn't think this was nearly as good as other people did. Oh my god, there's so much character development. Oh my god. Well, you know what? No, I'm going to be stubborn and say there wasn't that much to me. You know what? If any episode had quite a bit of character development, it's episode 12. You had Isabel, you had Jade, you had Spencer, Logan to an extent, and yeah, we'll get to that when we get to that. But I don't think this is as good as other people think it is. Although, I still think it's good. Don't mean when I think it's bad. That doesn't at all mean I think it's bad. I think Linda is wasted potential, and she should not have been eliminated this early. Even though she is technically eliminated in episode 11. But, you know, this is part 1 to that. So, but I don't know. There's something in here that people see that I really just don't. Also, Logan pulls a little stinky binky again. That's not bad, I'm just saying. Anyways, moving on. Next up, I have Tom Jake, season 1, episode 1. I feel like this sort of contradicts what I said about season 1, episode 12. I thought the runtime was too long. I thought at some points it dragged itself out a little bit, and the pacing's a bit off at some points. But other than that, I think it's a pretty solid episode. It really hooked me into the series, which is what a first episode is supposed to do. And yeah, I would not have had as much motivation to check out episode 2 if I hadn't watched this. Of course, I still would have checked out episode 2, and it was a pretty good episode. But I'm not going to go into too much detail about that because obviously I'm yet to reach it. But yeah, I thought this episode was decent, but it could have been better. Anyways, moving on. We have season 2, beta, episode 10. Just wonder why it's this low. I would have had this higher if it wasn't for one stinky character. Rhea is stinky binky in this episode. I don't like Rhea at all. But not in this episode particularly. She got Rosa eliminated, man, which I don't overly have a problem with. But it's the way she just switches into a villain! Oh, I'm going to go too deep into this. I might just make a separate video about Rhea. Moving on. Oh, Jesus. Right, now we have season 2 beta, episode 6. Really decent. Really decent. I thought the challenge was a really nice idea. The whole thing with Lake and her parents and Crystal, I thought was really nice. The Hunter thinking Lake had a crush on him was pretty funny. Although it was a bit obnoxious, to be fair. But overall, I'd look more at the comedy factor than the obnoxious factor. Plus Tess as well. I really enjoyed this episode. I think Tess, I enjoyed this episode more than I did in any other episode of Tess. Yeah, but I just really enjoyed it in general. And I would like to see more episodes like this in the future. Anyways, moving on! We have Season 4, Episode 5. Yet again, I think this is a pretty decent episode. A lot of people would have it top tier, but I have it in the tier below. Yes, we're already there, and there's a bunch more episodes left. But, you know, I thought it was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was very well written, and although I wish Diego could have stayed longer, and I really like his character, me saying I hate the episode, the elimination even would contradict what I said last time, in which I said I like eliminations that make sense, and this one did, and it was shocking, and it had all the emotion, and I can appreciate it the more I think about it, and I think it was a really, really good elimination with banger soundtrack for some reason in a really, really good episode. And I can't believe they took the risk of eliminating one of the what seemed to be the big couples so early. And it was really a big shock factor that it set my expectations for what was to come. And that's what I want out of an episode. And here we have Season 1, Episode 3. I don't think much is wrong. In fact, I think it's just an episode. Really decent episode. Nice elimination. In the end, it's just an episode. Average episode, but still really good. Moving on. Sorry that I didn't have much to say about that last one. But, yeah, moving on. We got Season 1, Episode 1. Not gonna lie, the first time I watched this, it was kinda boring. And I thought, I want to get into this show so I can watch more total drama related content. And then it wasn't hooking me. It took me at least like 3 months to get through this whole episode. So then I moved on to episode 2, which we'll get to later, and that's the one that hooked me, which is what the first episode was supposed to do. However, it's like Diego's elimination. Every time I think about it and watch it, I appreciate it more and more. And I think if I had that the mindset I have about it back then, it would have been a really good episode. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Moving on, we have Season 2, Episode 11, Beta. Rhea ruins it! I hate Rhea so much! Most episodes that have been really good and higher are not, because Rhea's in it. And she ruins it by just being a butt. And it's really annoying, and the use of Rose's idol as well. Honestly. Anyways, that's all I really have to say. And her causing drama between Jaden really made me sad. Anyways, moving on. Just want to add on that I could really feel James's emotion after the drama in that episode. Anyways, let's keep going with this ranking. Where we have Staff Stories, Episode 4. I thought this was a really, really nice episode. Cliche? Yeah, call it cliche, but it was nice. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think, I don't know, the only gripe I have is the part at the end where Derek goes, it's this something, this, that, and then Trevor goes, I think I have an idea. No hate to Silly Billy for that voice, sorry, I was just mocking the line. And also the part where they trip into the shower bath thing and kiss each other. That was really cliche, and they decided to do that. That was not accidental. Watch that scene and tell me it was accidental. Exactly. You cannot. Anyways, moving on. Here we have season 1, episode 4. I really like it. I feel like I'm getting into this habit of just saying I really like things. But I really like it. That's it. I really like the Julian aspect and how it mixes two of the challenges from the beta season. There are some English jobs of that coming, by the way. I'm just spacing them out. But yeah, that's all I really have to say, to be fair. And this next episode is also quite good, to be fair. This is season 1, episode 8, which is the first merge episode of season 1. And I really like the characters' interactions. However, I really don't like the elimination. I know you're going to just think, oh, you just like anything with Grabby's eliminated. I wouldn't mind if she won All-Stars. Or I wouldn't mind the All-Stars elimination, even though it would still be stupid if she won this. It's like Ali. I don't even like Ali. But her elimination in season 3 was just stupid. Anyways, that's all I really have to say. We haven't seen in the season 3 episode in a while. Anyways, moving on. Here we have Beta Season 2, Episode 7. I actually thought this one was really, really good. I don't know what it was about it. Maybe it was Lake. Probably Lake, to be fair. Could you have given someone else other than Hans for immunity? I know they would have voted him off, but what else does he really do? He could just say, "Oh, we'll sort this out after the game," and then they'd talk it out. And Tess would say, "I'm actually into another guy from college," and Annie would go, "Oh my gosh, Hunter! I'm not! Yay! Yippee! Oh my gosh! Let's do this!" I don't know. I feel like that would have been better, but anyways, that's the end of that. Let's move on. I just realised that the one wasn't really about that episode in general, but okay, whatever, moving on. Guess what? Another season 2 episode. This time is episode 5. I thought this one was really good, and yet again, I think it was really good because of Lake. And guess what? Lake isn't even my favourite character of this generation. No, it's James. It's freaking James. Lake's just a really good character, and then there's James, who he's a level above. I'm sorry, Lake, but James is better. And Yule. I really like Yule as well. Yeah, so what? I thought the challenge was really neat, and I'd like Crystal's arc. Moving on to the beginning of season 4. Come on. This is the first episode, and I really, really enjoyed it. I thought this one actually hooked me, which, to be fair, season 3's first episode did that, but season 1 and 2 did not, so I didn't know if it would be one of them or not. But thankfully it wasn't, and it actually got me excited for what was to come. As for what was to come, it's really good. And it sets up the characters pretty good, except for Benji and Hannah. They did them dirty. And Natalia wasn't very good either. Even Linda's setup wasn't great. But episode 2 does that for us, so I'm not that mad about it. Yeah, it's a really nice introduction to all these characters that I love. There's not a single character I don't like, except for Anastasia, which I could probably make a whole separate video about my issues with Anastasia. But yeah, let's just move on. Guys, I thought it was a season 3 episode, and I realised it's more season 4. Why did I say it up like this? Even though it wouldn't be truthful if I put a season 3 episode here. Anyways, it's season 4, episode 8. I don't know. I thought it was a really nice episode. I didn't think it did that much, though. I think there could have been a twist where Spencer moved to the other team, and maybe this could have. I don't know. Maybe it could have been Natalia's elimination episode, which would have been really nice, because I really don't want Natalia to stay any longer. I mean, she's doing nothing for the plot. And I think I just really enjoyed it in the end. It was entertaining, which basically means it did its job. And yeah, what an episode. Also, guys, I haven't talked about these two scenes that are going to be playing on the screen right now. Oh my days, I love these scenes. They are some of the best scenes in the whole of Disventure Camp. But we have not yet to see the episode with the best scene. I would have already covered that if we had seen it anyways. But yeah, anyways, now we're actually moving on to the final episode in this part 2. Here we have season 1, episode 2. I thought this was a really good episode. Yet again, like I said, it was the one that actually got me hooked into this season. I like the way it sets up Fiore and handles Will's elimination. Basically the same as the beta, but yeah, just really liked it. And that's the end of this part 2. Thank you for all tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I hope you're looking forward to see what my top 34 episodes are. But yeah, hope you'll tune in for that. See you in part 3.